Hello everyone, it's me, Maya, and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be doing the NaNoWriMo tag. Now, if you're not familiar, NaNoWriMo, it stands for National Novel Writing Month. And in this month, during the month of November, writers all over the world decide to commit to their novel and write 50,000 words. And that's about 1,600 words a day. It's really a writing intensive process, but by the end, you will have a novel and maybe some paper cuts. I don't know. Let's get to the tag. The first question is, how many years have you done NaNoWriMo? This would be my third year participating. The first year I lost. I wasn't able to complete the 50,000 words. I think I've only made it halfway through. It's like 24,000 something. The second year I won. I got my 50,000, and this year I'm hoping for another win. Fingers crossed. The second question is, how did you first find out about NaNoWriMo? This is kind of a stars aligning sort of situation. I found out about it my junior year of college, and I was walking past this bulletin board that says, I think it said something about write a novel in a month, and I kind of looked at it, it's like, wait, what? And I got one of the little rippy slips off. I'm like, let's find out. And then before I knew it, I was writing. But what was interesting is that was the year I was working at a tutor for my writing center. And I found out that one of my fellow writing center tutors was also doing NaNoWriMo. So I had someone to talk to and to buddy up with. So it was very cool how it all worked together. The third question was, what was the name of the first novel you attempted with NaNoWriMo? It was called Last Look Back, and it was a sort of homage to my college experiences with a little spyness thrown in. Question 4. Give us a one-sentence summary of what you're writing this year. Let's see. When Sarah Cross made a deal with God that if he saved her from a situation, she would do better. She didn't expect him to do good on his promise, and now hilarity and situations ensue as a result of this deal with the big guy up top. Question 5. What's the best writing advice you've ever been given? I think the best one is to just write. Write. If you want to be a writer, you need to write. I think one of my favorite quotes would be from Toni Morrison, and she says that if there's a book that you want to read that hasn't been written yet, then you need to write it. And I think it gives us some sort of responsibility to ourselves as to, we kind of think that it's just little old me. I can't write something as good as this person. But you have to remember that every person has their different perspective. Every person has their story. And if there's something that you want to see and you're not seeing it, or there's some stories with certain characters that you don't feel are represented, then you need to write that story. And you can't look down on yourself as saying, I'm just little old me. If there's a story that you want to read that hasn't been written, you need to write it. And I think that kind of gave me that power to say, yes, these are stories I want to see. I guess I need to go write them. Question 6. Did you ever take a year off from Nano? Why? Actually, I have never taken a year off from Nano. So a part of what kind of made me decide to really focus on writing my 2013 novel, I believe, was the first novel that I've ever written in my life. So I think I owe so much to Nano that I really don't see myself giving it up anytime soon. What's your biggest inspiration when figuring out what to write? I can never pinpoint the inspiration. I think there's usually a concept that pops in my mind, or something that I see, or even some big event that I'm like, I need to write about this. I need to talk about it. I need to really put it down on paper how I'm feeling. And I usually ends up getting to the story, or characters will start popping up, but I think I've never had a set inspiration. Read us the first sentence from one of your novels. Now, this sentence comes from Chiaroscuro, which was my novel submission for 2014. It begins, Renata held her hand out to the empty vase. She wiggled her fingers and the magic within her awakened. The last question is, why do you love writing? Now, this is a video in itself, and I think I might end up doing a separate video about it. But what I find interesting about this question is, for me, it's the equivalent of saying, why do I love breathing? You don't breathe, or someone doesn't love breathing. They breathe because they have to. And for me, writing is the same thing. I don't write for a reason that I can explain or something that I can put into words. It's something that I need to do. It's something that makes me me. I love it because it allows me to take every idea in my brain and put it on paper and put it in words that I know other people can understand. I think that's why I love writing. It's like explaining why I love breathing. It's like, I don't know. It's just something I've always done. It keeps me alive, but it's the same thing with writing. It's like, I don't know. It's something I've always done. It keeps me alive. It lets me express myself and it lets me be myself. So what other explanation can I give? I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you would like to do this tag, I tag all of you. I see you. You too. You. I'm going to leave the questions below if you want to do the tag, and I also leave the original video that I'm referencing for the tag questions. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you would like more of these videos, please hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.